All right, all right, all right. Here we go. I'm gonna try and sell you the orb, okay? And what I mean by that is I want to sell your mindset to it, to show you and talk to you about why doing this is going to help you. So let's get into it, okay? So the mechanical reset. This is phase 1. This is the most important phase out of all the phases. Okay? This phase is not about making money. This is not about making money. Period. Okay? But if you want to make money in the long run, start with phase 1. So this phase is about building obedience to a simple plan. The plan is as simple as it gets. Okay, and you're training discipline, patience, and emotional control. I'm telling you, this is what traders don't do. Okay, there are times that I did not go on tilt for a very long time, did not have FOMO, was executing my plan with like not no emotion, but with controlled emotion, things going great. And then maybe I like sock some accounts and like kind of YOLO scalp and do some things that we'll talk about later. Um, and I kind of like break my own psychology. What do? I do a short version of this to kind of reset my thinking and boom, puts me right back on track. Okay. So, mechanical reset. Okay. Mechanical rules remove confusion, so we can see the real problem, which is, most of us is our habits. It's our emotional reactions. It's okay to have emotion, but how we react to that emotion is everything. Okay. So what mechanical means, it's the same setup, same time window, same entry rules, same stop placement rules, same target rules, same risk every trade as close as possible. All right. I know that the market is dynamic. Your risk is going to be dynamic, but if you are averaging $100 risk, that's about right, for the orb. Okay. There's no discretion, no I think trades, no revenge trades, no overtrading. Okay. That's what mechanical means in this setting, right? All right. So what you're gonna do is you're building it's like a new identity. Okay. You're not here to be right. You're here to be consistent. You're here to be a professional executor, not like an executioner. Okay. We're not here to kill our accounts. We are here to execute. It'd be like if you got hired by a hedge fund and they said, here's your rules right there. Follow those rules without failure. And you say, okay, when this happens, this happens, this happens, I do this, stop goes here, take profit goes there. There's no emotion. They're paying me to execute. You're going to pay yourself to execute, okay? Your job is to follow the plan, not to predict the market. We're not getting into predictions. We're not estimating. We're not dissecting order flow. We're not dissecting liquidity. We are simply executing. Okay? I promise you, this is going to separate your mind from your emotions. It's going to make a huge difference in how you view the market, how you view strategies. It's going to help you understand who you are as a trader. Okay? I'm serious. All right. Let's keep going. The core skill, execution under pressure. All right. Anyone can follow rules on a green day, but phase 1 trains you to follow rules on red days, chop days, slow days, after win, after loss. Okay. A lot of times I'll say, if you end up with the orb and you get a win, most of the time you're done. Okay. Usually I'll just walk away. Got my 1 to 3 R. Okay. Unless it was a super tight 1 to 3 and I feel like we could range more or something, then maybe I would execute another trade. But most of the time, usually opening range breakout means we broke out of the range, we hit that 3R, and we're done. One and done. Executing after a loss. So if you can execute here, you can scale later. Okay, we're really gonna get into scaling later, and I'm telling you, that's the good stuff. But this is more important than anything because you can't scale nothing unless you can execute a plan like you're supposed to. Okay. All right. Only the win that matters. Okay. This is for real. This is not me just talking, trying to say things that sound good. This is for real. The only win is perfect execution. Okay. A loss is rule breaking. I don't care if you get a 1 to 50 R and you like get some giant payout, whatever. If you broke your rules, it's a L. Take the L and smack it on your face and take your L for breaking the rules, okay? And you don't have to be fierce with yourself, right? This is a hard thing that we do here. Okay. Trading the market is not easy, but it can be. Okay. Once you learn to execute and not be emotionally reactive and driven in your trading, there's freedom in that. And that freedom, trading really becomes boring. It doesn't have that flair and excitement anymore. But you sure get excited when you pull payouts. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. The only win is perfect execution. The only loss is when you break your rules. Period. Profit is a side effect of long-term execution. I don't care about your P&L in this phase. Period. All right. We track progress first, results second. Okay. First phase. Let's break out of everything that has failed you. All right. Let's break into something that's going to make you. All right. I'm telling you. Okay. Your non-negotiables. Pre-market plan, simple and repeatable. One setup only. The only A+ setup for this is the ORB. Period. It's that easy. Okay. Your fixed risk per trade. Max trades per day. I'm going to say 4 trades. If you make your max trades per day 6, as long as you stick to it, I don't care. All right. 3 max, fine. No problem. I like 4. It's kind of a sweet spot, right? It gives you a chance to maybe take some L's because we're ranging and then we get a breakout, and it gives you an opportunity to still be potentially a part of that breakout. Okay. But just whatever it is, write it down. If it's 3, it's 3. If it's 5, it's 5. If it's 4, it's 4. Just as long as you don't change it for the 50 trades, sounds good. Okay. Stop time. No trading past it. Okay. Don't wake up London session and be bored and sit and open the charts and be like, hey, look at this. There's an orb on the. No. No. Unless you're purely trading London, which Londons tend to range a little more. So the orb, in my opinion, is doable, but it really you got to really have some extra confirmation on that bad boy. It's not like New York. So this is, as far as I'm presenting it, a New York only setup. Okay. Orb is fantastic on London. It's just done differently. All right. All right. Phase 1 rules, the simple version. Here we go. Trade only inside your defined session and time window. All right. You can trade ES. You can trade NQ. I personally trade this on NQ. That's what I trust and know. But I do want you to only trade one asset. You can even trade this on Bitcoin, whatever. Good luck on that one. I have no idea on the back testing, but it doesn't matter because we're not here to make money. We are here to prove to ourselves that we can execute a strategy. Okay. My recommendation, trade this on NQ, New York. All right. Let me check that real quick. All right. We good. We're going to keep on going. All right. Only take trades that meet the checklist and check all boxes. Okay. I made the video about the orb. It's the simplest checkbox you're ever going to see. Just follow it. Okay. 50 trades. Who cares? Stop and detach yourself from the P&L. All right. Place to stop where the rules say. Don't move it. Don't move it. Don't move it. I'm serious. Don't move your stop. Just let it happen. If it goes to 2.9, take profit, and it doesn't hit, and it reverses and goes all the way back and hits your stop, let it happen. Let it happen. And journal it. Talk about those internal thoughts that you're having. Write down your feelings. That is worth more. That is worth more than any trailing or anything, okay? We will get into that in a later phase, but let it happen in phase 1. All right. Okay? All right. Follow the rules. No improvising. No improvisation. Okay? This isn't whose line it is anyway. I don't want you to fling stop off the thing off the top of your head and be like, blah, this is what we're doing on this trade, and then this is what we're doing on this one. No. We're not rolling D&D dice, the 22 or 48 sided dice to see what's going to happen. All right. We're just simply following the plan. All right. Trying not to be too goofy. Okay. It's kind of hard. I got to hold it back. Okay. If your rules break, journal it. Why? And your thoughts. Okay. These internal thoughts. If you are afraid to share, let's say with me or somebody around you, your true thoughts that you were having during a trade or during a revenge trade or during a time you broke your rules, That is gold. Okay? Because that is the deep, dark truth that you don't want to face and you don't want others to see. Okay? One, if you got no one else, DM me because I won't judge you. Okay? I seriously won't judge you whatsoever. Okay? But those things that you're afraid to share and that you're too scared to even admit to yourself, that is the true gold that you want to journal. All right? All right, I'll move on. Okay. What you're really training here, your psychology, okay? Patience, waiting for price to come to your level, actually, to break out of the orb, for the 3 candles to print, boom, boom, boom. Okay, you're waiting. If we're ranging and we never go past our levels and we don't ever break out, guess what? It didn't come to your level. You didn't get your 3 candles. You didn't get your fair value gap. You're going nowhere. Okay, you're sitting on your hands. You're watching the market and going, well, it would be cool if I had a trade, but I don't. Okay, but then write down what you're feeling. Okay, I know it's a lot about feelings. It's the gold. Okay, emotional control, not reacting to candles. When you see a big old fat green candle like a rocket, and you're not involved. Maybe we sweep the bottom, right, with no fair value gap, and then we get this giant green candle that just like blows up, and you're like, oh, I got to be a part of that. No. If it's not your setup, it's not your setup. You're not supposed to be in there. That is not your party. You were not invited. Okay? But write it down. Talk about it. I'm telling you, this is the gold. Okay? This is the gold. Acceptance. Losses are normal and required. Okay? Listen. And I'm very, very open, honest, and serious here. The more I was able to lose and the more I lowered my win rate, the more money I made. Okay? I know that's hard to understand. Okay? But when I constantly pushed for a 60 to 80% win rate because I had to hit home runs more often than striking out, I made less money. Okay? All these professional level traders that I'm connected to, okay, and that I've spent time following, learning, texting, phone calls. I got a friend, very close family friend. I have a personal and private mentor, and the people that are actual, whatever you want to call it, verified non-YouTube gurus, okay, they hit between 35 and like 45% win rate, and they kill it, okay? All right. So losses are normal and required. Just play the game and see what the market gives you. All right, here we go. Confidence comes from repetition, not hope. Hopium is a dangerous drug in this game. Okay, I try to visualize the win and visualize the loss, and then I just say, "What's it going to be, market? Show me." Okay, I don't want to guess. Okay, I don't want to be invested like I know what's going to happen. Man, I stay away from that, okay? I don't care what CVD says. I don't care what order flow says. I don't care what this indicator says. I don't care what the candles are showing me. I don't care what concepts I'm following, ICT, smart money, EMA, moon phases. I don't care about none of that. I do not have hopium. I try not to. And I try not to predict where the market's going. I try to let the market just tell me and show me, okay? And then I react with my plan. Okay, the 3 biggest traps of phase 1. Ready? Here they go. Overtrading. I need to make today work. Okay? It is not about today. Don't focus on today. This is not a today thing. Okay? This is a 90-day, 180-day, 365-day thing. Okay? A 1449-day thing. All right? That's what this is about. Hesitation. What if this loses? Should I open the trade? I'm not in the trade. I'm supposed to be in the trade. Oh no, like my fair value gap's there. The candle opened and now we got this giant pump candle and I'm supposed to be in the long and I missed the long. You know what? That's okay. Okay? Write it down, journal it, scratch that trade. It may just come back hit this, but it doesn't matter. It's not about hitting stop loss or take profit. What you're trying to figure out is why you hesitated. It's your setup. Who cares? Are you afraid to take a loss? Okay? Are you afraid to be wrong? Okay? whatever. Write it down. That's the gold. All right. So revenge. I just took an L, right? We swept the lows. I took a short and we instantly like skyrocket shit straight up, and now it's like blowing back into the range, and I need to get back in to make the money I lost. No. Okay? But that's what's gonna that's what's gonna get you. I just need one more. I was a revenge trading ninja. Okay? I'm afraid to put on a spreadsheet like my revenge trading, because I think I was a ninja. It was not easy for me to stop because I was good at it. Okay. Problem is that when you activate this kind of behavior, usually it follows in with like over leverage, going in too heavy. Okay. It's a super fast, slippery slope. So even though I'm afraid to look because I'm afraid I was a profitable revenge ninja, I don't do it because I want long-term predictable results. Okay. All right. These are not strategy problems. These are discipline problems. Okay. So let's work on that. That's what we're here to train. All right. Journaling requirements. Keep this simple, guys. This doesn't have to be crazy. I have my own private Discord server. I'm the only one in there. I'm King Kong in that server because it's just me. I'm number one. I have channels in there for my strategies that describe what I'm doing, what I'm allowed to do, all the rules. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I have my back testing information in there. I have my journal of how I revenge traded or blew this account or did this or whatever. All that's in there, right? All my little, I'm afraid to show everybody feelings. They're in there, okay? So for every trade, screenshot before entry if you can, or just screenshot right after entry just to show yourself the setup, right? Post it in a channel in your own private Discord. Boop, post. Right underneath the criteria. Why did I take this? Because some silly Chichaco guy on YouTube says I should do this orb challenge. I think he's absolutely insane, but I'm going to give it a try. So I followed his orb challenge. Entered. It failed. It won. Whatever. Right? These are what I felt in between. Okay. Just keep track. All right. So just do like a checklist style of entry, stop, target, result in R, not dollars, doesn't matter, I don't care. All right. And result in R basically in this case for the phase 1 is simply, did you lose 1 R or did you gain 3 R? That's it, because you're not allowed to do anything else. Okay. I know, like I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to convince people to do this. Okay. But I'm telling you, those who have done it, it's crazy how much it works. Okay, so emotion, just a couple of words. What are you feeling? Hesitation, nervous, afraid to lose money, whatever, right? Write it down. Did I follow the rules? Yes or no? If no, what rule did I break? And I would add why. Revenge trading, whatever, okay? All right. Let's just go. We're almost done here. We're almost done. Be patient. What are we in? We're 18 minutes in. There's supposed to be a lot shorter video. Your tilt warning signs. Know yours. Okay. Mine's sweaty hands. If I have sweaty hands, I'm done. I walk away. Okay. If your heart rate's up, if you're shaky, if you have sweaty hands, if your feet smell, no, I'm just kidding. Rushing your entries. Okay. Moving stops too fast, increasing the size, needing to be right. Anger at the market. I'm due for a win. If you feel it, reduce the risk and stop trading. Okay. And actually, with this phase 1, you're not even reducing risk. You're literally just going to stop. Okay. The biggest thing I want to say about tilt, all right, is you need to have interruption behavior. You need to interrupt the tilt. Okay. You need to have a something that says, I'm going to stop myself and reset. Okay. Throw a kettlebell around, right? Do some push-ups really fast. Throw some jumping jacks, like seriously, just walk away for 45 seconds and just like run in place. I mean, it's just something else to kind of shake yourself out of it. And you will be surprised at the mental reset you can get by just 45 seconds, 60 seconds away to disconnect You're not going to miss something in 1 minute. Okay. If you are that into the charts and that glued, that is in itself is a problem. Okay. All right. Pass or fail criteria for phase 1. Let's go over this. Okay. Your rule follow rate is high and stable. That's what we want to see. I would really like to see out of 50 trades, like if you have 56 trades, and 6 of those were outside of the plan and you had 50 orbs, that's an okay score. Okay. I'd like to see it better. I'd like to see it like way higher. Okay. If you want, you can reset until you can do all 50. But, if you have a couple revenge trades here and there and you do a quick slap on the hand and you journal it and you move forward, you don't do it again, hey, that's huge, right? That's major progress. So just keep track. Okay, you're going to track your orb over here and you're going to track your trades over here. You're going to keep them separate because you want that data separate. Okay. But your trades that you shouldn't take, those don't count towards the 50. Okay. All right. You can take losses without spiraling. Your trade count is controlled and you stop when you're supposed to. All right. 9:35 to 11:30. Okay. You fail phase 1 when you keep freestyling. All right. All you freestyle guys out there. All right. This ain't no freestyle phase. Okay. This is you do exactly what you're told phase. It's not easy. Okay. You move stops, revenge trade, you chase entries, and you break daily limits. Okay. If you're doing this stuff, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Journal it. And then that becomes your gold. Okay. That becomes, okay, this is what I need to work on. I see that I revenge trade and I freestyle. Well, which one are you doing more? Well, I'm doing a lot of freestyle. Okay. So let's work on freestyle. Let's get rid of the freestyle slowly. All right. All right. We slowly got rid of freestyle. We're still revenge trading here and there, but we got rid of freestyle. So now let's get rid of the revenge trading. Okay. And then once you can get once you can stabilize yourself, then start the 50 trade challenge. Be like, okay, I know I've done 30 orb trades, but it took me 30 trades to get to where I can trade, 10, 15, 20 of those in a row without having any interruption outside of the plan. All right. That's it. That was a 22-minute sales pitch. If you're just follow this plan and take the time to invest in yourself on who you are as a trader, journal it, and you just watch and see what happens. And I'm really excited. If you guys are willing to just reach out on Discord to me and just let me know how you're doing, it would be awesome. The guys that I have begged into doing this, I love hearing them talk about how helpful this has been for them to get that mechanical reset. So that way, when they approach the market, they're more logical. They are less emotional. Of course, emotions are still there, but they feel very controlled. And that allows them to be extremely objective in their strategies. And some of them still trade the orb, but a lot of them, like maybe they trade something else. But because they did this, it allowed them to trade their own strategies even better. All right. So anyways, I wish you the best, and I'll see you in the next video.